Yes, Corey, thank you so much for spending the time with me. I really do appreciate the chance to chat with you about the film.
Thank you for having me. Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, baking all the way is it sounds so cliche to say sweet, especially since it's about baking, but it truly is. I These sorts of films hit different, especially at this time of year. I love them. I truly do. I was wondering for you, first, what is it that keeps bringing you back to holiday films? I see you've been in a number of them.
Yes. Honestly, I love the MOW space. It's just so fun and loving. I love watching them too. My mom calls them romance novels, and I was like, oh my gosh, they totally are romance novels. And romance novels do well for a reason. So do MOWs. You pretty much know at the end of a rom-com MOW, there will be some sort of love. And there's a comfort in that, and there's a joy in that. And as you said, I've been in a lot, and I have been in a lot, and I love it, and I want to be in all of them because it's just a joy to work on them, and it's a joy to watch them.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a secret passion of mine, which I realize I've just said. Uh, it's it really is. It's there's something delightful about them in a lot of ways. Of these sorts of these holiday Christmas films. I mean, um, and this time, of course, you're working with Yannick. I was wondering what it is, but he's also, I didn't realize he was directing the film as well. So what was that like working with him both in front and behind the camera?
I mean, the movie's stacked with, Canadian icons, truly. And I was definitely a little intimidated when I found out all the cast. I was like, oh my gosh, it's so amazing, but like definitely a little scary. Um, Yannick is a seasoned pro. He would come to set every day with his iPad of notes. And I was like, that's a man with a vision. And I appreciate that. He definitely, I could see that he wore like two different hats. Like I could kind of see him in like director mode, and I could kind of see him in more just like acting mode. And there was definitely a few times where I could see him kind of in both, like in the middle of a take or something. I could see that he wanted to like say something directory to me, but he didn't want to like ruin the take because obviously we were in the scene together. So that was definitely a joy to watch. It's planted the seed. I definitely want to direct. It's definitely now something I want to do, seeing, the amount of control too that, you get when you're doing both, because as I said, I love the space, and just, making great quality MOWs is something that, I want to do forever. So yeah, writing, directing, she gonna do it all.
Well, I mean, and you're a content creator as well. I mean, you've of course creating music and whatnot. And be careful when you say they're intimidating with Canadian royalty, because coming from Instant Star and Degrassi, you are part of those Canadian institutions as well. I didn't
Hey,
realize.
I hope so. I hope people think of me in that same category. I've lived 9 lives. I've done a lot of things. Music was my first love, as you were saying. Acting was never even my passion for many, many years. I definitely have a non-traditional actor start. I was scouted by a big acting agent in Vancouver when I was in elementary school, and I started acting at the same time, but like music was always my main focus and my main passion. It was honestly when I got Instant Star, because I met Stephen Stone at the Junos the year I was nominated, and he was one of the executive producers of that TV show. And he asked me, he's like, oh, we're looking for, someone that can sing and act. Have you ever done any acting? And, I had some acting roles in Vancouver at that point, but all of them were very small. And, as I said, it was never like the top of my priority list. So yeah, literally 2006, when I moved from Vancouver to Toronto to be on Instant Star, it was like everything shifted for my life and my career. And I'm just so lucky to have had some great champions in my life, like Stephen Stone and Linda Schuyler. Actually, Linda Schuyler's book just came out, so You should go read that. Mother of Degrassi. I went to their party. It was so magical. It was so lovely to see them for the release of the book. Anyway, so yeah, Stephen Stone and Linda Schuyler literally gave me my biggest two acting opportunities, in the 2000s, because I did Instant Star for 2 seasons, and then I was really, again, just right time, right place. And they knew me obviously from Instant Star, and I was on Degrassi for numerous seasons. And then yeah, the MOW world came calling. I've done a lot of amazing MOWs since 2018. Someone counted recently. I think I've been in like 30.
Oh my word.
I've been in a lot. I will pop up. I will be celebrating Christmas. So yeah, and then just looping it back kind of like full circle. Yeah, as soon as I kind of started working in this space, I just knew that I wanted to be a lead. And I knew, even growing up in the more traditional MOWs, like 10 years ago, there wasn't as many ethnically diverse leads. So to get the role was everything. It was, it was a dream come true for me in so many ways, because I felt like I'd been kind of battling for many years to like get that lead role in an MOW. I'd come so close so many times, but time is now, baby.
There it is. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I mean, speaking about this particular film, one of the things I thought I love about your character, she understands the importance of the relationship of food to the holidays, which is such a strange thing to say, I suppose, in some ways, but there really is that relationship. And I was wondering, at one point, even the comment has said, "Where do we start? We start in the kitchen." And I know that that's moving forward, but it feels like that's related to the holidays. I was wondering, why is it so important? Why do we associate the kitchen so much with the holiday season
Oh
to you?
man. Yeah. So when I think of my own beautiful upbringing, I would always make cookies with my mom, my sister. Christmas dinner was a big thing in our house, having all the relatives over. Food is the universal language of like love and holidays and bringing everyone together. It just happens to be there. So it's intertwined with everything. Like, when you think of Christmas, like, yeah, obviously, like, presents are great, but like family is everything. It really is. And like, what are you going to do with your family? Well, you're going to probably eat. Most families do. So yeah, it's just part of the whole package. And like, as I said, I'm from Vancouver. My parents still live in Vancouver. I live in Toronto. So when I touch down for the holidays, it's like jam in as many, recipes and holiday dinners as we can. Got to see all the friends, all the family, and it usually always revolves around food.
Well, that's interesting too, because one of the comments talks about recipes or food as a part of who we are.
Yes.
And I just find that such an interesting comment in a film like this, because there is that tie to family. But I was wondering what you think it means for recipes to be part of who we are.
Oh, I mean, food is such a big thing for me. I love food. I do. I love it. I love it. And certain foods remind me of, my family, and that's everything. There's certain foods that she would make a lot growing up. There's certain cookies I make every year just because my mom would make them every year, and it just makes me happy. So it's ingrained so much. And it's so interesting too, like growing up, my mom's Chinese, my dad's German, my mom did most of the cooking. I was raised on Chinese food, and Chinese food is my comfort food because it reminds me of my mom. That's just what it is.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, my
I love
daughter's
it.
yelling at me in the background. I was wondering too. I mean, this film, they keep using terms like homey, and stuff, and certainly when we talk about holiday films, that's always a key theme. I was wondering, what does home mean to you?
Oh, I feel like I've been harping on about what home means to me this whole interview, but home is definitely where my parents are,
Mm,
you know, where my husband is, I'm a married lady,
mm.
where my little doggy is, just being with, my loved ones is everything, it's nothing more important at the holidays than, being with your immediate family or your, non-blood family too, because that exists as well. I've got kind of like a ride or die bestie. Like, that's what I call her. She's, as close with me as my real sister. So hanging out with her as well, because she lives in Vancouver also. So just, yeah, just going home and seeing my family. It's honestly all that matters for me.
Absolutely. Is there just, as we're starting to wrap up, I have to ask, since it's baking all the way, is there a best holiday treat or tradition you look for immediately? You said you always look for it, get as much as you can. What do you look for first?
Whew, I love food, as I said. There's so many things that I feel like aren't the holidays without them. We would always make sugar cookies.
Mm.
Sugar cookies make me feel like Christmas. We would always make ornaments. Have you ever made ornaments?
Yes,
Like,
a long
it's
time
so
ago. I've done that in years.
oh my gosh, please do it this year, because even the ones that turn out horrible, they're just so amazing to find like 5 years later. So this year I'm actually going to make some ornaments and give them out as Christmas cards. I hadn't done it in a few years, so I'm excited just to, do things with people that I love. I know that sounds so basic, but it's true.
No, that's great. Corey, thank you so much for the time to chat. I really do appreciate it. The film is so fun.
Thank
It's such a joy.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Have a great day and a great holidays.
Yes.
Thanks so much.
No worries.
Don't worry, like you never